sessions you may hear our trainers use verbal cues, asking for them to do different behaviors, and you may even hear the term good. And that just lets them know that what they did is what we're looking for, and they can return to the trainer for some reinforcement. Now, reinforcement can come in many different variety of ways, whether that is fish or even toys and sugarless and flavorless Jell-O. The first behavior our seals here learn, and all of our other animals, is called a target. And that's where they learn to touch their nose and mouth area to the hand of our trainers. Now, this target behavior is used to shape a lot of other behaviors, whether that's asking them to jump up and out of the water, or just doing different layouts and different eye medications or something like that. Now, to increase the complexity of this target behavior, our trainers can ask it with varying heights, asking them to target with different parts of their body, or we can ask them to target to the end of a pole, as you see one of our trainers here holding. During our training sessions, we can train for many different reasons. One of them being just physical exercise, getting them up and out of the water, moving around, asking for those high energies in the water, just to get that heart pumping and that blood flowing. Other reasons why we train can be for public education, or to just build a bond between trainer and animal. The more trust an animal has with the trainer, the better care we are able to give them each and every day. One of the most important behaviors here that we train is called husbandry behaviors, and that is just voluntary medical participation in different medical behaviors. These behaviors can consist of body checks, which we do every single morning here, just to make sure that nothing new from the night before has popped up. We can do eye medications, different layouts, collect blood samples, and even all of our seals here, they get their teeth brushed, and a couple of them get their mouth rinsed. These behaviors are so important that we try to incorporate them into each and every one of our sessions, just to keep that high success rate of these behaviors. Another behavior we train here is called craning. And if you look on our stage here, we have a crate to the right and to the left part of our stage. And this is important as well in the circumstances that we would have to get these animals off the habitat due to inclement weather like hurricanes. So we also incorporate this crating behavior into each and every one of our sessions, whether that is just doing behaviors near the crate, asking them to go in and out of the crate, or reinforcing them heavily for staying in the crate for a long duration of time. Harbor seals are known as least concern on the IUCN Red List, which means that they are not critically endangered, but they do suffer from the negative effects of humans. Of course, they have their natural predators like sharks, killer whales, and polar bears, but the number one threat to these animals are actually humans. And some examples of those threats can be marine debris, pollution, entanglement in fishing gear, and even unintentional or intentional harm. And they are hunted for food and clothing in Iceland, Greenland, and Norway. There are some things that we can do to incorporate into our everyday lives to help protect these animals, whether that is reducing, reusing, recycling, limiting the amount of single-use plastics that we use in our everyday lives. So instead of using things like plastic straws, plastic water bottles, and plastic shopping bags, we can use reusable straws, reusable water bottles, and reusable shopping bags. And since they do reside in those coastline areas, they can suffer from contaminants of industrial and agricultural runoff. So in order to protect them from that, we can buy lawn treatment safe from those harsh chemicals and free of those pesticides. It is possible to encounter harbor seals out in their natural habitat, since they do reside in their breeding vicinity year-round. Some people do not know that it is illegal to get within 50 yards of these marine mammals, according to the Marine Mammal Protection Act of 1972, and that includes seals, sea lions, and whales. Encountering these harbor seals could potentially lead to injury, since they are considered prey animals, which means that they are very wary of people, and if they are approached too closely, they could abruptly rush into the water, potentially injuring themselves, or if they do happen to have a pup, that could separate mom and pup, and that pup cannot survive on its own. So it's important that we keep these animals safe by admiring them from a safe and respectable distance. But of course, if if you would like to learn more about conservation and how to protect these animals or how to buy environmentally products, you can visit Gulfarium.com/conservation to learn more. At Gulfarium here, we also provide a Discover Seals program where we can have our guests come up onto our stage and meet our harbor seal family up close and personal and just learn more about them and their species. If you do happen to be interested in that, you can go to the gift shop to learn more about prices and availability. But of course, if you do have any other questions, feel free to ask myself or any of the other trainers walking around. We just want to say thank you guys for joining us today, and we hope you guys have a happy Halloween and a great rest of your day here at the Gulfarium Marine Adventure Park.